VOPR.
Alright, so
No idea.
for those of you watching right now, basically this is the first step to my warm-up every night. Or well, I try to do this every time I get on CS. But the idea is to try to kind of just get the sensitivity acclimated again. And so these are moving and they're static and linear. So you know, you guys to try to get to it. And then what I normally do is I go with the M4A1SD and I go with the USP, and I use these two guns to try to push myself, and it's for war games. The supercomputer, yeah, that's true. It's a classic movie, dude. Nobody on this stream is gonna know what that movie is. So anyway, so the settings that I do, it's called War Games. It's really old. It's with Matthew Broderick. So normally what I do is I change the size to 10. Yeah, well, actually, it's classic fast aiming. I change the size to 10, and then you can pick whatever color you want, but I like it blue because my crosshair is green. And then I believe normally it'll just be static, so you just hit linear. I change this to 50. I put the delay to 25. I changed the static target duration to 150, but you can actually start bringing this down as you start doing better, and I need to start bringing that down. So like what I'll normally do is, if like I feel like I've done really well with one at 150, essentially I have 50 targets, and I'm pretty much every night I'm getting in the 40s. So what I need to do is bring it down to 125, and then the linear target speed, I'm putting it high, so I put it to 300. And I guess you could put it random if you wanted to. I don't know what God is. I actually never tried that, so maybe I should try that. And then linear target duration, I started at 150, then I went to 125, and now I'm at 1, and I'm still crushing it. So I'll fix that, BJ. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm gonna make sure it says something. So anyway, so I'll do this several times until I feel like I'm on. Lately I feel like I do it like 3 or 4 times and I'm set. Be glad about that. Covert bot is cool. But I think part of the reason is I need to start pushing myself more, in particular here with the static target duration. I need to bring that down. You know, and as you start bringing this and the linear target duration down, it becomes more and more challenging because you have less time to kind of like flick to each side or whatever. All right, so anyway, so once I finish that, oh, I'm sorry. So this map, I'm gonna bring it up here for you. So I go offline with bots, I go workshop, and this one is called the training _ aim _ CSGO. And so, you know, you can look at it there and track it down on the Steam Workshop. That cup really is not invisible. It's just green. Anyway, then I go to the Recoil Master Weapon Practice by Mr. Eletical. And then again, I kind of just go in here until I feel like I'm hitting it. Don't worry, BJ. We're gonna do something special for you, buddy. Some prison tycoon shit, man. That is strange. I don't know. I'm in here with Killa right now.
Yeah, what's up?
No, BJ's saying in the chat that he can't get in. Alright, so anyway, so I'll come in here and I always... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So, I'll always do a T target. I just normally do one. I put no spread because I'm really not trying to deal with randomness when I'm practicing, right? Like, let the randomness is something that you can't control, which is part of what the spread is. So, you can't control that. So if you're practicing, you want to just take out all the little like arbitrary things that can happen, because you're just trying to master the pattern and get it down. And then I'll hit here, and then this gives me all the little red dots, so it gives you what the spray pattern is, right? And then what I try to do is, my goal from this distance is 85%, and so you'll see what will happen here. Actually, I probably should sit up. Too relaxed today. So anyway, so So you know you're gonna spray down here, and this one's terrible. 76, so that's lower than what I want. So if you look in the center of my screen, it has an alert, right? And then to the left, it tells me what my score was on that particular spray. So the alert in the center is your cumulative score until you reset, which you can do by shooting that white button on the right. And then your most recent spray down attempt is what you see on the left. And so I have a keybind that erases all the bullet holes. It erases all the markings like blood and stuff. I like to do that because sometimes like people might like blend in or whatever. I'm old, so that stuff, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. So anyway, so I don't need to reset to get rid of that. I just hit shift and it's gone. So anyway, so the goal here is to try to be around 85. So that was 81, and it still wasn't very bad if you look at where I hit there. I'm sorry, my cumulative is 81.6, and on that particular spray down it was 86.6. So I had 30 shots fired, 26 of them hit, 6 were head, 19 were chest, and 1 stomach. So then again, I'll hit shift and clear it. And so that one was 80%. So anyway, so I'll just kind of stay in here. Normally I have my music a lot louder, but obviously I'm doing this video. So that one should have been pretty good. Yeah, that was 93.3. So I landed 28 of 30 shots, 7 were to the head, 21 to the chest. So that's pretty darn good right there. Basically like 2 bullets out. And that one was 83.3. So anyway, so once I feel like I'm jiggy right here, what I'll do is, that one's gonna, I finished that one kind of poorly. So then what I'll do is here you can push him back, right? And here I'll reset. So my cumulative score for 7 spray downs from the previous distance was 81.51. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset now, and that's gonna bring me to 0. And so from here, generally I want to try to be like within a 75 percentile. And so that one was 70. Pulled back too early. So that one was 86.6. That was 26 landed out of 30 shots. So I'm a little behind there. That was 86 there again. I don't know why that one didn't give me credit. That was weird. Didn't give me credit for that one. So right now I've got 3 spray downs and my cumulative is 79.33 from this distance. Nice, Sui. Suicidal has executed the heist flawlessly, sneaking into the Deep Bot Municipal Bank through the back entrance and looting 300 coins from the vault. I mean, he should be arrested, dude. I would restart, BJ, if you can't get Discord to work, buddy. I don't see you. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll do this until I kind of feel good, and then, you know, I can push it back. And I'll go ahead and reset. So my cumulative from the second distance was 78.45. So those are my results. So anyway, so I'll reset here now. And so from here, I'm looking to try to be around 65. Kind of fucked that one up. So on my first attempt, it was 73.33. This one's probably going to be really bad. Yeah, that one was 66.6, but it's still within what I'm looking for. And to give you an idea, like I say 66.6, but that's 20 hits out of 30 shots. So that's still, you know, I mean, that's still pretty good, but it also depends on which shots are landing, right? Like, so if you hit your first 10, he's gonna die, right? You know, if you miss your first 7 and he's shooting at you, then you're never gonna get a chance to land those, you know, the full 20. So anyway, so I'll push this back, and then you can pick whatever gun you want over here, you know. So like if you want to do the M4, you can. And M4 is a lot, well, it should be a lot easier, but well, that was a 70 percentile, but still. So there, that was a 83.3. So you know, so you can practice whatever gun you want, and then once you feel like you've kind of gotten them all down, then what I do is I leave here. And then I'll go to the browse community server, and I have some favorites here. And so Frag Shack is where I'll generally go. This is a set of servers that Tariq made, the player for COG, Counter Logic Gaming, and he sold it to ESEA. And so when I took some private lessons with Shroud a while back, he was the one that had recommended this thing. But anyway, so they're kind of difficult to get into at times because so many people are trying to get in here. It used to be that pros used to warm up here. I don't know that they still do, but they used to warm up in here, and so the competition was pretty stiff. You know, like I mean, I've played against JDM here. You know, he was just in the major, in the finals. So I mean, obviously he's great, so he smokes you. But and obviously, and Shroud used to warm up in here too. So and he, you know, he just crushes. So but anyway, so you know, you try to get in, and if they're all full, then you can double click and hit auto retry and join the server as soon as the player
said
starts
yo
the
covered.
build.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you right now. So then you set up your auto rejoin, or auto retry, I should say. And what the hell's going on here? That's weird. There we go. So what I'll normally do is I set up an auto retry on the one that I want, or like on one of the ones that I want, and I'll just sit here and refresh. So the reason why I go through this progression is like the first thing is I kind of like want to wake up, you know, doing at work all day, whatever, and so like I want to like practice the sensitivity on my mouse, my flick shots, chasing targets down, right? That's that aim training. Then I want to just get my spray down, and then I want to try my spray against live targets. And so I don't want to go into a regular deathmatch because, you know, I mean, there's usually the players in there are not very good, and it's not a free-for-all, so it can take a while. This deathmatch can be very frustrating at times because it is a free-for-all, and so that means that like, there's constantly people spawning like next to you, behind you, and so what happens is you have to be like very alert because there, you know, like there's people everywhere, and so you kind of go learning what the spawns are, and as you look, you see one just that's a headshot. I don't want to go into a headshot right now. Because there's a headshot server, there's a pistol server, there's an aim deathmatch, and then there's just the regular free-for-all. And I think there's also a team deathmatch down here. And you can go to their site, it's thefragshack.com, and you can add all these from there into your favorites. So I normally will do this, and then if I'm like still not feeling good, look, like here's one. If I'm still not feeling good, I'll go into like a 1v1 server too. I have like 2 of them in my favorites, and that usually will help me out. Those 1v1 servers can be pretty good at times. So anyway, you always want to try to close this out, because otherwise, while you're in the game, it'll pull you out and it'll like try to join you into the other one, and so sometimes that can be frustrating because you're like, wow. Anyway, so yeah, so these are really tough to get into. So you need a little bit of patience. So I thought we were gonna get into that one, and we didn't. So it's all good though. We're gonna get into one, I promise. So there's not a lot of people in this one. I apologize for my Flanagan cup going half invisible, but nothing I can do.
Yes, there is.
Well, it's green. BJ, you got it working? Anyway, so that's pretty much my warm-up. Like I said, you know, like if depending on what my situation is, I'll join a 1v1 as well. But you can kind of get a feel for what this is like. Again, you have people that spawn everywhere, but you see, I'm able to practice my spray now from multiple distances. And you see, and that will happen to you, bitch. And the bots in here are actually not bad.
But you in Frag Shack?
Oh my gosh, the lag right now. Oh, I forgot. Hold on a second. I need to change my max FPS. Yeah, I'm in a Frag Shack right now. A couple guys were asking me like what I do for my warm up, so I'm just kind of going through it. And I'm gonna set it up as a highlight. The other thing that's nice about this is, you know, you can practice your. Oh my gosh, the lag is so bad right now. you can practice your well, normally you could, but I mean, as laggy as this is, it's kind of difficult. So you can you know, you can practice your peeking, which is something that I still struggle with. But you know, like, you always want to try to do a tight peek, right? Like, so like, let's say you want to look at this spot, you want to look like this rather than doing this, right? Because now if there's a guy here, now you have to stop and tag him, right? Because of the movement penalty. You know, but when you're lagging like that, it's difficult to peek somebody. That's fucking atrocious. But you see, so here I can practice my Dude, I don't understand why my stream is so fucking laggy, dude. So you can practice your... anytime I face a player, I think I'm gonna have to turn the music off. I feel like every time I turn the music off, everything seems to work right, so...
Speaking of which, on Suspense's stream, he had music playing, and I went to watch the highlights, and it was all silent because, you know, the copyright. So your past broadcasts, if you have music in there, it's like YouTube, you know?
Yeah, that's why the playlist I use is copyright free. Cause,
oh, there you go.
Yeah, because I had that issue already last week or whatever.
I was just saying that because Suspense is paying me to mention his stream.
Oh, is that right? So yeah, I mean, I actually had found some playlists that said they were for Twitch or whatever, and they're all on YouTube. And they, but apparently there are some songs in there that that are still copyright. So, and obviously that's a problem. Anyway, I mean, interestingly enough, how many people are in here? Oh, my display is messed up. Yeah, there's too many bots in here. There's not enough people. That sucks. I guess I should have kept trying to get into the other server. Thought this one would fill up though.
What was your latency on the server? Because in Frag Shack, I don't go in them if the